6, a helping hand with your land.
Alright, I'm gonna squish you. Kind of. Oh my gosh. Man, the sled like ran over my finger. Oh. Bad joke, huh? Sorry.
Hey guys, Neil from Essex here with today's 3-Minute Thursday. I'm gonna take you with me today, and we're gonna take one of the new Kubota RTV SideKick XG850s and go out sledding with my kids. I know many of you hopefully have had the opportunity to go and either tie up some of your kids or be a kid yourself and get drugged behind some kind of four-wheeler, utility vehicle, whatever, on a sled out through an open field and have that opportunity. It is super fun, having gotten to do it myself, and I was really glad to be able to take my kids out and do it too. We really had a good time. I do wish I had a field to pull them through that wasn't filled with corn stubble. We did manage to break one of the saucers while we were out there, which is pretty funny. But the kids really had a good time getting pulled around. So you can watch a couple of clips here. I'll do some talking about this machine if you want to be entertained by the kids getting drugged around here a little bit. This is a new piece of equipment for us. The XG850 is really a lot different than any utility vehicle we have had before. All of our opportunities in this space in the past have always been in the heavy duty segment, the machines that are really made for work. And this is kind of a crossover utility vehicle that's made for both work and play applications. Is a lot different than what we're used to before. So for me driving it, I have never had the opportunity to run it side by side with this much power before, and it was definitely fun. A couple of things that I picked up on of things that I liked. The suspension is absolutely fantastic. The thing rides really, really well. All the tearing around that we were doing and bouncing over things, it never felt rough at all. And a lot of the ground you can see there from the video is really rutted up. This is not a smooth field by any stretch, but I never felt like we were being bashed around in the driver's seat at all. We were able to cruise right across the tops of all of those bumps. So I really, really appreciated that. I was curious myself to see how the electronic power steering would work out in this kind of thing where you're driving like this. That electronic power steering is a common on this kind of machine. I have never had a whole lot of experience with it before. And really, once I was out and driving, it was something that I didn't find myself thinking about. I just drove and went and wasn't really conscious about how the power steering was working versus the hydraulic ones or you know, that we would have had on other machines before. The sensitivity of it was a little interesting to me too. I was kind of expecting the speed sensitive electronic portion of that to be detectable when I was doing things like throwing the rear end out and spinning the tires, right? So after the kids were done, I went and had some fun myself. And the cool thing about this power steering is the faster you go, the more the steering starts to tighten up on you and make the machine not want to wobble back and forth as much, so it's easier to drive up and down the road in a straight line. I did road the thing while I was out, and that is true. It definitely doesn't wobble, it holds true, but like if you were gonna go out and do a donut and break the rear end loose and spin the tires, you know, it's gonna read a high ground speed at a time that you want that steering to be loose. And so I was kind of trying to feel out whether I could notice that or not, and I really couldn't. If I had any criticisms of it, the one challenge I did have is you could tell that it's a machine that wants to go. Driving at, say, 5, 6, 7 miles an hour with my younger son there was a little bit of a challenge. Even in low range, you could just tell you pop that throttle a little bit and the thing wants to get up and go. It's got that sense of a machine that wants to go fast, because that's kind of what it is to a point. And I was able to see that a little bit. So that was something, if I had any criticism, it would be that control at really low speeds. I appreciated the things like the side doors and the seat belts and stuff. Something that coming at this kind of stuff as really a father with kids now doing these kinds of things for the first time around. Actually, I found myself thinking about a little bit, which is something that I really wouldn't have considered on a piece of equipment in the past. So that was cool too. So that was a little bit of my Saturday afternoon out with my kids on the new Kubota RTV. Had a great time, and really starting to put some questions in the back of my mind if this is something that might find a home in my garage eventually too. I'm a little tempted, to be honest with you. So if you're in the market for your utility vehicle, if you've got any equipment that you've got currently that you've got parts or service needs for, give us a call and let us know how we can help. We're available at 800-222-3373 or online at Messick.com. Let's get out and check out the creek.
Okay, now today we are going to go to check out the creek.
Let's get out and check out how much water's in the creek.
Dad, can you help me? Dad, can you help me? Dad, can you help me?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Dad, can you help me?
Dad.
Look, I'm looking into this. Dad, can you help me? Dad, can you help me? Dad, can you help me?
Yeah, so anytime I get tired of hearing that, I can just